4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and now 11 straight wins.
Wow.
Not even that many crack commandments. The bit doesn't even work. Denver went into L.A. and dispatched of the Lakers, who by the second half were phoning it in. Literally, D'Angelo Russell just checking his phone.
That was terrible.
3 games to 0. There's still a chance, I guess. Here's LeBron.
No, there's no chance.
One game at a time at this point, and you lose, you go home. So you come up with the mindset, let's get one, force a game 5, and then we go from there. So as long as you still have life, then you always have belief. I just think you play till the wheels fall off.
Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. What's that? Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky.
Wheels about to fall off. Is that what?
Tin Man mode.
Oh, no heart?
No heart.
From who?
Need some oil. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Told you, Tin Man mode. I said Tin Man mode when this series started. I said, ooh, Lakers going full Tin Man. And you guys, how dare you say that? How dare you besmirch the mighty franchise of the LA Lakers? I said, guys, LeBron James is a basketball genius. He knows that he can't beat this team. And all the trash talk has all settled down, and they're not playing with any heart. They played with a little bit of heart for a little while. This game, was there any heart? Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Need some oil. Tin Man mode. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to be happy. I'm just saying.
I called that Show
one.
America. I just
called
threw
that
a
one.
smiley face on this sheet of paper.
Sorry.
Because Wilds, for years, has scolded me. He's like, Nick, when you're right about something and your team wins, you're supposed to be smug, arrogant, happy,
yeah,
not angry, scowling.
yeah,
I'm like, you don't get it. Because you're not right about stuff that often. But now that you are, and now you're finally feeling it, there is a weird sense of I bleeping told you. And Brew, you were obviously right about this series. I was obviously wrong. I had Lakers in 6. Now the best they can do is in 7. I missed it.
Oh, now hold for that.
Here is what is so devastating.
I don't ever want to hear how amazing Nick Wright is about his predictions and how much of a genius. When he first made that game 6, I stopped, and when he said the Lakers were going to win in 6, before the Lakers ever played a game, and I stopped that and I said, let's mark this down and remember what he's saying here. Because he's giving all the numbers and the stats, talking about D'Angelo Russell and Jamal Murray and this and that. All his numbers, it all seemingly makes sense. And I said, that's not how sports work. You can't just pick and choose these numbers. You can always cook the books. You can always make a point with numbers and all of this. And everyone was like, no, you wait and see. Just you wait and see. Nick's right. Nick's right. All hail Nick Wright. You know, like all this weird, cringy, just stuff. And now look at this. They're about to get swept. The opposite of the Lakers winning in 6. So it's just like, again, never trust predictions that you see on TV or online or anywhere. It's nonsense. I don't care how convincing it sounds. You just can't, okay? And I was so confident, as I'm going to tell you my prediction, that the Denver Nuggets were going to win this because it was so obvious to me. But it's just, oh my God. I really have been watching this series just thinking about this show the whole time, honestly. That's why I think these shows are so great, because it adds layers and dimensions and more fun and, more hate, more joy, more a little of everything. Because I'm just thinking while I'm watching this, I'm like thinking to myself the whole time, like, oh yeah, Nick, are they going to win? Oh yeah, Nick, are they going to win? And when he was complaining about Darvin Ham and how he's losing in the series, like, did Darvin Ham have anything to do with D'Angelo Russell shooting 0 point, scoring 0 points? Did it have anything to do with that? The fact that Denver is just dominating the Lakers? Is that really just the coaching? That if the Lakers just had a better coach, that they would somehow win? D'Angelo Russell would somehow be putting up 20 points. They'd somehow be able to stop Jokic and Murray and Aaron Gordon. Austin Reeves is suddenly going to become that dude. Rui Hachimura is going to all of a sudden become that dude. I don't think so.
Stating to anyone who thought the Lakers had a real chance, which I did, and obviously I was wrong. So many of the things that needed to happen happened. The Nuggets shot 41% from 3 in the series against them last year. This year they are the worst three-point shooting team in the playoffs, and they're up 3-0. LeBron has played, I would say, B+ for the series. Not like LeBron's been terrible. He hasn't been exceptional. Anthony Davis
A+.
has played,
Except
I
for
wouldn't
the
say an A+
fourth quarter,
because, but for the, I would say an A.
Yeah.
Joker has been typical Joker. You know what I mean? Which is
Fine.
the MVP of the league, but it's not like Joker, you know, has
He doesn't have to do it all by himself.
Right. Jamal Murray hasn't been awesome. The Lakers have led at halftime.
He had a
of all
game
3
winner to
games,
win the game.
And it's the same script every time.
This is what I keep saying about Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is situational. Because they said also, a lot of people were saying, Jamal Murray, you know, scored so many more points. And this was Nick Wright's argument, that he scored 32 points during that series, and normally he doesn't. And I said, Jamal Murray is a great, unbelievable player. Make no mistake about it. The dude is an all-star, but because of injuries, he's seen as less than. But he is that dude. And it's situational. Everyone laughed at me. What do you mean situational? That doesn't make any sense. And it's like, someone like a Jamal Murray rises to the occasion and does what the game needs him to do. So when you don't need Jamal Murray to put up 30 points or 20 points in a quarter, he's not necessarily going to do that. Of course he can, but it's not going to be at the top of the list of things that he needs to do. And we saw that perfectly in game 2. They needed buckets. He went out and got them and then hit the game winner. That is what Jamal Murray needed to do in that moment, and that's what he did. So again, you can't just pick and choose when you want reality to be the reality.
Time.
Yeah.
It's the third quarter. I don't know what happens. I haven't played in the NBA. I'm not sure if like at halftime there's adjustment or things. That's when coaching really comes into play. I'm not sure, but I know the Nuggets come out in the third quarter and tend to win. And so yeah.
It's almost like they're taunting the Lakers by letting them lead at halftime.
totally agree.
You know, like it's almost like we are so not concerned about you guys beating us that we just want to hang around. And they're not even hanging around. They were down 20 one game.
Yep.
I'm going to say this, though. And this is for all the people out there, the youngsters that didn't get to watch Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. You know, you see them on YouTube, maybe if you check highlights. Jokic is like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson in that I thought he dominated the game last night.
Sure.
And he can dominate and control a game without shooting or scoring. Like, he touches it on every possession, but guess what? He doesn't over-dribble. He gets rid of it quickly. He's moving the ball. That's what he is like. And that's the class he is moving up to. And people look at Magic Johnson's stats, and even Larry Bird's, he never led the league in scoring, and say, were these guys really that good? This is what they were.
It's a good take.
This is what they were. Magic had games to score 11, 12 points and dominate the game. Yeah. And that's what Nikola Jokic is, and that's why they're so.
Well, why they're so good is because they have great players. Jokic is absolutely the leader and is the driving force in the engine. No ifs, ands, or buts. He is one of, if not the best player in the NBA right now. Not debating that at all. Okay? No question. So, Jokic fans, don't call me a hater. But this is why Jokic is able to win. Okay? Because Jokic didn't hit that game winner, that buzzer beater. That was Jamal Murray. This is why right here, okay? We got Aaron Gordon putting up 29 points, 12 for 18, 15 rebounds, and playing great defense. Michael Porter Jr., 20 points, 10 rebounds, 8 for 16. Then we have, obviously, Jokic. Then we have Jamal Murray, 22 points. So that is where this all comes out. Yes, does Jokic help improve those players? Sure. But Michael Porter Jr. is going to be a great player as he gets older as well. And Aaron Gordon was always a great player. Yes, was he as great as everyone thought he was going to be once upon a time? No, but he is still that dude. He is still a really, really, really good player. It's just there's no debate about that. And Jamal Murray, him doing what he did in game 2 had nothing to do with Jokic. That was all Jamal Murray being Jamal Murray. So, can Jokic help elevate these players? Absolutely. But this is a great team that's been constructed. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay? And if you need any more evidence for this, look at the Sixers. Okay? Here's Tobias Harris, who was supposed to be the Jamal Murray to Joel Embiid. He put up 8 points, 4 for 10, and 5 rebounds, no assists. That's not good. Kyle Lowry, 9 points. Okay, 2 rebounds. Now, Tyrese Maxey really just came on the scene last year. He's only 23. He just turned 23. He's a child in the NBA. You don't expect so much about him. He's stepping up. He's taking the role now of Jamal Murray for, Jamal Murray to Jokic. He's actually now being the Robin. But like I said, he is very young, and so he's still now up and coming. So now that would make Tobias Harris the Aaron Gordon or the Michael Porter Jr. He's not even that. He's not even that. So the Sixers, for instance, what Joel Embiid is playing with, he has to put up 50 points. Okay? That's what Joel Embiid had to do. 50 points just to be able to compete. So what I'm trying to say is you can't put this all on just one player, on just Jokic. Jokic is unbelievable, doing great. But this is what it's like when the Sixers have, when a great player has to play with a subpar team. You have players that put up 8 points, 9 points. Kelly Oubre Jr. put up 15, and it's usually less than that. He plays some pretty good defense, and he's long and twitchy, and so he can get some rebounds and can handle the ball. I love Kelly Oubre Jr. quite honestly, but he is not your third option on a team. If he is not the third option on a championship winning team here. So that is the huge difference. That really is. We love to give all the blame or the praise to just one player, but look, he had a +4. Joel Embiid had a +16, and Joel Embiid did that with torn meniscus, knee surgery 2 months ago, and Bell's palsy, where the right side of his face is paralyzed. Okay, he has blurred vision out of one of his eyes, chronic migraines. Like, you could see his face; it's messed up. His eyes, he only blinks one eye at a time. It's crazy. So to me, the reason why I'm bringing this up, and I may bring this up in another video because I was trying to see if they talked specifically about the Sixers, and that's when I really wanted to talk about this. But it's Denver. Jokic deserves so much praise. But I think it's not fair. I don't think the Denver Nuggets are getting enough praise as a whole, and the coaching as a whole. It's like if all the praise only went to Steph Curry. That's not fair, because Klay Thompson stepped up huge. Draymond Green was the engine of that dynasty. Kevin Durant, then when he came on, was wildly important to their success. LeBron James needed Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. Michael Jordan needed Scottie Pippen, Steve Kerr, right? Magic Johnson needed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, that's what are we talking about here? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And we act like Magic Johnson just won, with this ragtag group of Lakers. It's you had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and arguably one of the best coaches ever. So I take issue that we just put all this praise, because Denver's winning, and they're winning handedly because every single one of their starting lineup is better than the Lakers starting lineup. And it's not close. Who are you taking Rui over for Denver Nuggets? Or Austin Reeves or D'Angelo Russell? You are taking Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon every single day. The one exception might be Caldwell Pope. But you know what? He knows actually how to play and stay composed through high-tense situations and can hit big shots. Can't say that for anyone else in the Lakers that are not named AD or LeBron. So Denver's roster is just so superior start to finish. And that's why, actually, as much as I said before that I think the most fun finals would be the Sixers versus the Nuggets, because it would be Jokic versus Embiid, it's not a fair fight. Because Jamal Murray is more mature and more composed than a Tyrese Maxey right now. Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr. are better than Kyle Lowry, Tobias Harris. It's just not a fair fight. It's not a fair fight at all. Embiid would have to score 140 points just for a chance. That's obviously not happening. So really the team that actually has some of that firepower is the Boston Celtics, because they do have multiple names, right? They have the actual pieces. They have White. They have, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, oh my God, the tall European, can't think of his name right now. You know, the guy who was drafted by the Knicks, then traded to Dallas Mavericks, and God, I can't think of his name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. And so, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I hate when I can't think of names. But so that actually has I could think could be a close series. I think the Sixers would get beat pretty good by the Denver Nuggets unless the Tobias Harris and those players like really got hot and stepped up during the series. After watching the Sixers play and watching the Nuggets play, it's just so clear to me that the Denver Nuggets have such a superior roster. They're so well coached. The ball movement is great, which is beyond just Jokic. Jokic is making great passes too, and the highlight passes, but the ball movement is unbelievable from the Denver Nuggets. Very reminiscent. I don't want to say of the Warriors, more reminiscent to me of the Spurs back during their dynastic runs with Tim Duncan and company. So it's been really fun to watch, quite honestly, and I'm really interested to see, because I don't think the Lakers were good. I never thought they were good. Too much is put on LeBron James and AD. But I think ultimately it'll be fun to watch the Denver Nuggets play like an OKC or Minnesota Timberwolves or maybe the Clippers. The Clippers, I think, could potentially give a run for their money, because if those three players, they're big three, could roll back the clock a little bit, and James Harden could really step up, Kawhi Leonard stays healthy, and Paul George continues what he's doing, then I think then you could potentially, give them trouble. But outside of that, I don't see any of the other matchups being remotely close. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. What do you think about Denver? Do you think that they are just this unstoppable force that no one can stop them? And what do you think about LeBron James, AD, and the Lakers? Who do you think's to blame? Is it all Darvin Ham and D'Angelo Russell? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.